Hello, everybody. I am Maria, and I'm the admin of the Money Making Esthetician Facebook group. And today I'm joined with Kimberly. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you guys for being patient. I apologize again for that.
So, first of all, let's start with a little introduction. Who are you? What are your social media handles? How can we find you? All the good stuff. And what do you specialize in? Obviously, we're here for sponsored by Bushbalm, and where this is an intro to people who have been thinking about bringing in Bushbalm into their treatment room. But before we get there, we want to know a little bit about you and a little bit about your journey.
Yes, so my name is Kimberly. I have been a licensed esthetician going on 13 years. I started my journey working at a skincare company that was based out of Spain here in Los Angeles. That's where I found my true passion for skincare. And from there, I decided to go through the esthetician course in school. So I ended up graduating and getting my license. Um, I ended up working at European Wax Center for a while, at Hand and Stone Massage and Spa. So I have a lot of experience in sales, in hands-on, and my favorite thing to do is waxing. Um, you guys can find me on Instagram, and my handle is underscore wax junkie altogether. And I'm super excited to be here with Maria. I am always just so excited to hop onto these Zooms or calls to discuss aesthetics and anything that has to do with being a successful esthetician. I have been a solo esthetician going on 4 years now, and it's definitely something that keeps me motivated and it keeps me extra excited for the future because our industry is ever changing and there's always so many great things out there that we can learn from each other. And that's one thing that I find that is my favorite thing about aesthetics is our community and just kind of learning from each other and helping each other out, because I know that a lot of us are solo, or if we work for somebody. For me, I don't believe in competition. I believe in collaboration, and I believe in helping others grow and be successful in their own business, especially because our industry is so big and yet so small. Like, a lot of us have met each other at shows or just keep in contact via social. And I think that's like one of my favorite things about aesthetics is our community. And that's why I'm on here. I want to just discuss a little bit more about your businesses, insights of what I can do to help you guys, especially if you're interested in Bushbalm. I am their in-house esthetician, and it makes me so proud to know that I'm a part of a really great company and a great team. And again, just working alongside them has helped me grow and my business grow. So these are just some of the things that I hope we can get into a little bit more today.
It's so funny that you say that you believe in like community because your social media presence definitely shows that 100%.
Yes, and I just truly feel that way. And I feel like that's where my business is at now. So a little bit more about that. I run like a salon style aesthetic spa. And the girls that work with me, and again, they work with me, not for me, they're renters. So I'm actually the owner, and I try to help my neighbors as much as I possibly can build their businesses. And for example, like, there's days that I'm fully booked and I will gladly pass my clients over them, because not only have they been properly trained with me, I trust them with my all of my aesthetic needs. So I do try to help them grow their businesses as well.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's a very different way of running a business because, as an esthetician, yes, it is very important to make a profit, and but for me, I would rather help them grow in their businesses, because at the end of the day, we're keeping our clients in house instead of sending them elsewhere. And it really works well that way. And I know a lot of people probably wouldn't agree, and that's completely fine. But I do find it that we have a better understanding of working with each other, our community, and the way we help each other is so refreshing, and something that I feel encourages me to keep going as well.
What was it that drew you to waxing? Because you primarily focus in waxing, correct?
Yes, correct. So I do Brazilian waxing. I specialize in Brazilians and vajacials.
So, what drew you to waxing besides any other service that we can offer?
Well, waxing for me, I found that it's a really great way to keep a client coming back every 4 to 6 weeks. And the reason I went with Wax Junkie as my company name is because you become very addicted to waxing. Like you end up loving your results, you end up feeling amazing in your skin. And for me, I felt like the word junkie was such a negative word, is a negative word, can be seen as a negative word. So for me, I wanted to turn it into something positive. And I felt like clients, when they come in, they're like so excited for their results and they're like so excited to see their skin look healthy in an intimate area because not everybody specializes in intimate area, helping a client or helping people with their intimate areas. So when they come back in and they're so excited and they're so happy with the results, I feel like that's also something that keeps me just so happy to see my clients love their results. So yes, waxing has been like my go-to. And you can make really great money doing it because you can see a client every 15 to 30 minutes. It just depends on how quickly you wax. And that's like one of the controversies we got into recently on another podcast. Yeah, it was like I think like I haven't checked, but it was like over 165,000 people have viewed it and like over 300 comments, I believe. And it was like, the back and forth of all of these estheticians and beauty professionals discussing like how quickly they can wax and how quickly they can have someone in and out the door and it still be a good service and a good client relationship. So that's why now I'm like, let's keep it from 15 to 30 minutes because you as a professional can decide how quickly you want to wax, and that can also contribute to how much money you're making. So I felt like waxing was something that I felt really good doing. I felt comfortable doing it. I feel like a pro doing it. So I obviously feel confident doing it. And I just felt like that was something that I gravitated more towards instead of facials. And I did do facials for 4 years and I love it. I think it's fantastic. But for me personally, waxing always just called me back.
So, how long were you waxing for?
I waxed at European Wax Center for a year. And then I started at Hand and Stone after that for 4 years. And I would still wax there as well. And that was kind of like what drove me to go solo because there was a point where all of these coworkers were making really great money because they were getting called to book appointments with them and they were getting facials, facials, facials. That's where the money was at. The commission structure there was terrible for waxing. And there came a point where I would stand in the front desk and I would hear the front desk girlies be super confident in me because, yes, I was that it girl for waxing there. So, they would answer a phone call and they'd be, hey, or the client would call and ask, I want a Brazilian wax. Oh, Kim, you need to see Kim. Kim is your girl. And I would stand there being like, there's 6 other people working here who can wax. Like, why are you putting all the waxing with me? And the reason is because they knew that I was going to get it done. And they knew that it was such an intimate and some of the girls found it like a very scary, thing to do. They would do it, but they weren't confident. So they wanted to put clients with me because of that. And as much as I loved that and I felt it was like such a beautiful and honestly, like I was flattered, but I was not making any money. So I was like, okay, I can't, I tried to tell our front desk situation, like, hey, please spread these wax clients throughout everybody, not just me. And unfortunately, I didn't have a choice. They didn't care. They didn't care. They just wanted to put the client with someone they felt was going to do a great job. So once COVID hit, that's when I realized I think it's time for me to move on out of here. I know it was such a risky and probably some might say crazy to just go solo in the middle of a pandemic. But yes, it was like the biggest, eye-opening experience for myself too, because I'm sure a lot of us went through it during that time. We were just, the positive thing that came out of that was a lot of us were able to back up and reanalyze our situation and really understand or try to like understand what is it out of our industry that we wanted. And I felt like that was like the thing I needed because I was just so headstrong going in, happy going into a spa where they were getting me all my clients. I was just getting paid, clocked in, clocked out. And little by little I realized that it wasn't for me. I didn't also like being told what to do. So that was like one thing I remember. I was just kind of like, I know what I'm doing. And when someone would tell me what to do and it was wrong, I'm like, yeah, I can't work here.
That's
So it was definitely a blessing in disguise from my journey in my aesthetics industry.
So you had a year at European Wax Center, 4 years at Hand and Stone. Now you're solo during the pandemic, correct?
Yes.
You're waxing, you've seen all this people. What was it that drew you into Bushbalm?
Well, I feel like that was one of the biggest things that I needed for my personal business growth was having a skincare line that I 100% knew would back up what I needed from my clients. So we have all been there where we're waxing and clients are not doing their part in exfoliating. And I remember, and this is no shade, this is not to throw shade at any companies because I'm not that type of person, but I used to carry fur and it would just sit on my shelf. No matter how many times I would speak on the ingredients and the benefits, people did not want to buy a $50 oil. They were, paying for a service, $65 for a wax. I didn't feel confident selling a $50 oil as much as I loved the product. And I just started outsourcing and looking. And I remember coming across their Instagram and I believe I reached out maybe. I'm not 100% sure because this was such a long time ago, but I do remember getting like a kit or a pack from them and it was like the oil and the scrub and it was like the first packaging they had and I was like, this is so cute. Like this is cute. It's a scrub, it's an oil. My clients can purchase two products for $50 instead of one product for 50. The product started to fly, and I mean fly off the shelf. I couldn't believe how much money I was also making from selling retail. And I think that was the biggest piece of the puzzle that was missing on my end as far as like not being able to provide products for them to use at home. And knowing that I was able to do that now just gave me the confidence I needed as an esthetician and as a solo esthetician. So that was what kind of like drew me to them was the products, the ingredients, the pricing, the marketing, the gynecologist, dermatologist approved, the friendliness of the company because they're from Canada. And I feel like, I don't know what it is about my Canadian family out there, but they're just so nice. And I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like how beautiful this brand just comes in such a good package, like all around. And I believe, well, Kiana was one of the first people I would speak to and Rachel. And I feel like they were just so helpful in so many ways that I, as a solo esthetician, brand new to this industry as a solo, was like one of the biggest things I kind of felt was why I gravitated towards them. They were very happy to help. They were very happy to listen. They were happy to send products so you could try it out. And that was like one of the things that I think was just, again, drew me directly over to them. So yeah, it's very exciting to be a part of their business, their brand now. And I think that's like kind of what makes me stand out from like other people is that I constantly promote the brand, but I also don't just promote it. Like I actually truly believe in the products. So it's very comfortable for me to sit here and talk about the journey alongside them as well.
So how do you integrate the Bush Balm products into your services? Because you did say that you do vajacials. Do you use that vajacial kit? Do you use the serum? And then how do you, could you say it flies off the shelves? How do you educate your clients to get it to fly off the shelf?
Well, for the first, when I first started actually carrying the product, it's just like talking about the ingredients is like the first thing and like ingredients that you know and can pronounce and you're comfortable saying. So tea tree oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil. These type of ingredients are ingredients that clients have heard of and they feel very comfortable hearing that the product is gynecologist and dermatologist approved. Because as someone who specializes in Brazilian waxing, I would never tell my client to use something that I don't believe in or I myself would never use in my intimate area. So I feel like the ingredients are the first thing that I would say is very important. And what makes it fly off the shelf is honestly, at the end of the day, price point. You could tell a client it has this and that in it, but if it's not the right price, they're not listening after you say $50. They're like, no, in this economy, I'm paying $50 for my wax. Why would I pay another 50 for an oil? So a lot of the time, I'm gonna be honest, is the price point. And The vajacials is kind of like what hyped me up even more, knowing that they launched a vajacial mask. Again, ingredients like hyaluronic acid, green tea extract. Those are just very exciting things that you can bring into your business and have all the confidence in the world to discuss with your clients of the importance of intimate skincare. So hydration is one of the biggest things I see in intimate skincare that clients lack in, and exfoliation. So if you as an esthetician want to have beautiful results, be able to get your client in and out of their wax in like 15 to 30 minutes, if they're not doing their part at home, you will not be able to get a clean wax. Therefore, they're going to believe you're not doing it properly. But again, it comes with communication and you telling your client, if you're not exfoliating 3 times a week, we're not going to be able to get great results. And I like to approach my clients with kindness. I don't kind of come at them in an aggressive way. I just say, today your wax is not going to be perfect. I can tell you haven't been exfoliating. Our strips are looking a little dehydrated. I could see your hair's not lifting as quickly. I'm going to need you to do a little better, step up your game with your home care, because I can tell you're not fully committed to the home care. And if you're not fully committed, then I can't give you the best results that you're looking for.
Okay, I want to pause for a second. Everybody who's on this live, I want you to think about what she just said and regurgitate that, because that right there is gold. And that right there can give you an extra $400 a month off product retail.
For
Like that
sure.
was the best thing to say to your client.
Yeah, and I'm not the type that, guess what? I've gained clients from other estheticians, waxers, who've come on a little too aggressive with them. And they're like, I went somewhere and they made me feel really bad. And I'm like, it's all about your approach and the communication style you have. I do believe in being firm and being honest, but I also feel like lead with kindness, lead with, I know you've been busy. We all have so much going on, but it is important to make time for yourself and your self care.
100%.
They're committing to a wax, they're paying on a monthly basis. They could go to European Wax Center and buy packages, and they can just be going to a salon style, corporate place. So if you as a solo esthetician want to be successful, I do believe it's important to have the best form of communication with your clients and be nice and be kind when you're approaching these type of subjects, because you don't want to make somebody feel bad.
So how much do you charge? Do you have like the scrub and the oil that you always combine together? And how much do you charge for that?
Well, that's the beauty of it, and that's one thing that me and Kiana were discussing in over at Bushbalm, is that we want to discuss a little bit more on how you can bundle your deal products, so that way you can sell it for a little bit less, but you're not losing too much money, but you're still making a profit. So the other day I did like a 10% off, so it came out to about $43 for a scrub and oil, and normally it's $49. So it's a $7 difference. I know it makes a difference, but you can also run tiny specials here and there, especially if like you're bringing on Bush Balm for the very first time. It actually would be a really nice idea to run like a little small promotion. So right now it's like summer, end of summer. You can do like an end of summer sale, or I'm brought on these new products. We're gonna do a 10% off if you bundle your products. But if you don't want to, it's $49, and depending on your state is what type of tax you would include.
What are your go-to products at Bushbalm? I'm a brand new esthetician. I'm thinking about bringing them in. What would you say I should start with?
Definitely, if you're looking into retail, so this is the beauty about Bush Balm, and this is like one of the things we've discussed, is I completely understand sometimes people feel discouraged because Bush Balm can and is sold for retail for the public. I don't have an issue with that, because I don't care where my client is getting the product. Yes, I want to get that commission. I want that money, but I care that my client is, if she can outsource her product, or if they can outsource their product and still get the product in their hands, I'm okay with that. Most of my clients, 90% of my clients want to purchase the products with me because they want to support me and my business. I do have clients who come in and say they purchased it directly. So that's another thing. Like, you have to be okay with that. But if I have to decide, there's two sides. So there's the retail side and there's the back bar side. So I want to start with the back bar. Back bar, for sure, they're wax, because we just launched a new hard wax with them. And I was actually a part of that. So I helped to formulate this new wax, and I'm super excited for it because I love it. So first, it's becoming a one-stop shop for our pros. So the hard wax, the back bar oils for sure, because that's the best selling points that you can make are during your service. And if you're using your back bar oil, this is the plug. This is the time for you to plug it in and say, these are the oils that I carry. So this is the Bermuda oil and this is the nude oil. You're already using it in service. They feel it on their skin. They know how it looks. They know how it smells. They're already going to be happy about the product. Vajacials. So if you're offering vajacials in your studios or your suites, vajacials, if you're waxing and you're not doing vajacials, you're missing a huge market. The reason is because not a lot of people still offer it. People are very curious about it, but they're not offering it because they don't know where to start. And that's, again, if you guys want to learn about vajacials, we do host vajacial webinars at the Bushbalm Pro site very often. And you just have to keep an eye out for those. And I normally on Instagram post about it because I'm going to be the one hosting. Vajacials and back bar and the wax. If we're looking at retail side, I'm going to tell you right now, oils and scrubs are your go-to. And after that, it's completely up to you. You're carrying vajacial masks already for in-service, so you can also retail them as well. So it's a double win for the vajacial masks, which recently we've discussed like other ways you could use the vajacial masks. So the side strips, you could use on the underarms. You could use it on the brows if you're doing like brow waxing. Yeah, so there's like different ways you can use these vajacial mask strips. It doesn't just have to be used for vajacials.
Can you share any success stories you've had?
Oh, I mean, there's so many.
You're like, where do I start?
Where do I begin? I feel like one of the craziest things that happened the other day, one of my clients, we're here in LA. So Los Angeles, it gets warm. Right now it's a little chilly, but during the summer season, I had a client that had just reached a year with me. And she came in and practically in happy tears. And she was just like, Kim, I was at Lake Havasu this weekend. I had all these sexy bikinis I've been wanting to wear, but I was so insecure of my size because from shaving, she had a lot of scarring. She had a lot of texture of her skin was just very rough. And it had been a whole year since she's been with me. And I've been doing Brazilians with her, vajacials. She's also had a very consistent home care routine. She's added on like the Radiant Reset toner pads, the oils and the scrubs right now. And she said for the first time in a year, she was at Lake Havasu with her tiny bikini that goes like this. Like,
Yes, girl.
and she was like, I was finally able to wear a bikini like this again since years. She said she hadn't done it in years because she was so embarrassed. And that all her friends and little like family that were there were just like, girl, like you look good. Look at your bikini line. Like, what have you been doing? And then she was just like, you need to go see my waxer. Like, if you guys feel insecure about any of your intimate area down there, like this is your chance. Like, you need to go see my girl. Brazilian waxing, vajacials, she's got you. So I think that was like the latest thing that happened. And I was just so excited and happy because, that's like one of the things. I know it sounds horrible to say this, but people's insecurities, we can help them with that. We can totally change that for them. And I think that's like exciting for me. It's exciting to have them come in and they're like, I was able to wear a tiny bikini and I felt so good in my skin. Like that is everything for me. And I feel like because of Bushbalm and the products that I use in my room, I feel like that's what motivates me and it keeps me happy and they're happy with the product. So when they come in, she's like, I'm taking an oil and a scrub and I can't do a vajacial a day, but let me get that mask to go. So all that can add up, it was like over so 50, 60, so like another $75 in retail sales. I mean, I don't know who's going to hand you $75.
For sure. So, can you walk us through a protocol? A client comes in. What is your protocol?
So when a client comes in, I will have them, I always ask for them to refresh, to go to the restroom. So I always have my Bushbalm pH balance wipes available for them in my room. I don't leave them in the bathroom anymore because we got happy fingers. I would go in there and I would put like 50, 50 wipes and they'd be gone. So now I only have them in my room because I could see that they don't take them as often. And I'm like, if you like them, buy them. I have them available. um, so I'll have them wipe, hop onto the table. I'll cleanse them with a wipe, or, if they're already cleansed, like sometimes I'll just go in with the oil, a little bit of cornstarch powder. We'll wax. From there, if they're doing a vajacial, which I call it the mini vajacial, we'll have them just lay there. And this part is where I kind of like try to turn it into a pampering session. This is the time to discuss aftercare, to have those deep conversations with them. I'll do some high frequency to kill the bacteria. I'll preheat my steamer, which that is a controversial part of the vajacial. A lot of people will be like, wait, as a waxer, we tell them to wait 24 hours before they do any hot tub, sauna, pool, steam. Remember, with the steam, there is a UV light and it does sterilize the steam. You can also do cool steam if you want because the masks are so cold and so hydrating. So you don't have to do steam. That part is completely up to you. I've been doing it like that for 3 years, 4 years now, and I've never once had an issue. But again, totally up to you. High frequency, I apply the Bushbalm mask, 10 minutes, take off the mask. Extractions is when we're going to get all those blackheads, ingrowns. We're trying to tweeze any leftover hair. Bushbalm oil, back bar oil. Sometimes if, for example, right now the pumpkin spice is in, I'll grab my little pumpkin spice and I'll put it on them because I just ordered my pumpkin spice. So it's a nice way to introduce the product to them, let them know I'm getting this in next week. So if you're interested, it's limited edition. Once they're gone, they're gone. And again, it adds hype to your industry, to the industry and to your business. And then I'll grab a cold globe from our mini fridge and I'll just kind of rub the cold globe on the skin to cool off the skin. And then that's pretty much it. So that is an hour service and I charge $105 for that. If it's just the Brazilian wax, I charge $70.
You are amazing. Everything you said is so perfect.
Yeah, and I try to be very careful with the protocol for mini vajacial because I 100% understand, like, you as a professional, you are free to make all those decisions on your own and in your studios. So when people say, "Oh my gosh, you've seen, you're not supposed to," okay, that's fine. You don't have to. You really
Yeah,
don't.
don't do it.
Don't do it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. If you want to try it out on a friend, you want to ask a client, "Can I try this on you?" Like, I don't know what might happen, but most of the time clients are like, "Yeah, go for it." Like, they're not, and especially if they trust you. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Do a cool steam. There's steamers that give only cool steam, and that would be kind of a nice way to just give that like pampering service. And while they're steaming, I'll turn off the lights. Sometimes I'll put like sound bath music or relaxing music. You can offer a
Wow.
scalp massage while they're steaming. So they're just laying there. You could just go in and with the scalp massage. That's a $10 add-on if you want, or give it to them for free for the first time. Let them know next time it's $15. Back at Hand and Stone, we would do a hand paraffin, or we would do like a hand scrub or a foot scrub. You can add on an underarm wax. You could do a brow wax. You could do an upper lip wax. You could do a face wax. There's so many things you can do to add on while they're steaming to make a little more money if they want to add it on. Yeah, I think it's such a great idea to do a mini vajacial because, again, like, if you look around your area, that's how I gain a lot of clients. Nobody's really doing it. And if they do it, they're not doing it correctly, or they just don't feel like it's worth it. So you have to have something that I feel is worth their time, their money, and their commitment.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever heard anybody make a waxing session into a pampering session, but like low key now I want to book an appointment. Like,
I know, and I think that's
so
what
cool.
keeps people coming back because they're like, they leave here. That's the exciting part. They leave here and they go and tell a friend, "Girl, I just had wax and a vacation. It was so relaxing." And then the friends are like,
A
"Wait, come again?
waxing.
You had a wax that was relaxing? What?" "Oh, it's because the mini vajacial, she steams you and you relax and she'll give you a scalp massage." And it has to be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. They're gonna love it. They're gonna come back. They're gonna rave about it. Tell them to leave you a review on Yelp if they loved it. Have a referral program if they love it. You have to make sure that they're raving about it after the fact because that's how I gain a lot of my clients. A friend, a sister, a cousin. It is a small community of people. I've gained clients, I've lost clients, but for the most part, I keep people in house, and I think it's very exciting to offer something that not everybody's offering out there.
I also really like the fact that you touched on bringing the pumpkin spice and letting them know that you're carrying it. So
Mhm.
they're like, oh, I want it. And that's how you're going to sell retail.
That's exactly how I do it. Sometimes I know I get it because you have to open up a product and you have to be like, okay, like this product could have been sold. But just imagine if you open one product, you could sell 12 of those products. And you're going to end up using it anyway in your treatment room. So just chalk it up to the back bar product.
Okay, at this point, I would love to turn on, to take any questions. You guys are welcome to turn on your mics, put it in the comments, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. So,
Yeah.
our motto for 2024 is don't suffer in silence. So I really hope that anybody who's struggling with waxing, struggling with retail, who needs help bringing Bush Balm in, that you guys feel safe enough and encouraged enough to turn on your mics and ask the questions because we have Kimberly here, you guys.
Yes, please. Anything you guys need, anything that can help you guys in your business would be great. It doesn't necessarily have to be Bush Balm. It's just any questions you may have. I'm always very happy to help. And if you are shy or you can't do that today, or you're just busy or you can't hop on, always, always, always feel free to reach out to me via Instagram. I promise you, I always respond. And that's like one thing about me is like, you're never gonna get a cattiness response out of me, because for me, that is why I feel like I'm in this industry, and it's to help other people and to help you incorporate anything that you're interested in or you're curious about. I'm very happy to help. So anything you guys need, please pop off and, or put it on the chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
What is your Instagram? I could also put it in the chat as well.
Yes, please do. Thank you, Julissa, for that. And again, I like to put a lot of reels. I put up funny content. Another thing I do is if I take anything from another creator, content creator, I love to give full like credibility to them, because sometimes I feel like our industry, like someone posts something that's so funny, and I'm like, I'm taking that and I'm gonna give credit where it's due, because if it's hilarious and it's gonna reach my clients, I feel like why not? So that's one thing about me is like, I don't care if you've done it already, I'm gonna do it too, especially if it's funny.
Oh my gosh, my favorite one that you posted was that middle of the night one.
The middle of the night one.
And you were like, I was waxing you last night, right? And then
Oh my gosh, yes. I think I took that from a lash tech on TikTok, and she was just like, wasn't I lashing you at 2 o'clock last night? And it was freaking hilarious, because I think people saw how loyal my clients are to me, like literally giving me an alibi. I didn't have to tell them anything, what I was doing. I don't know what could have happened. And they're just like, yep, you were with me. I was with you. Thank you for squeezing me in. Thank you for the after hours appointment. Stuff like that like goes viral, and it's hilarious. So
it was so funny.
it's so funny. It really is. And I appreciate my clients also, like, and again, I knew who to message. It wasn't just random people. They're like my close, funny, giggle clients that I get when I'm here, and we're just like laughing the whole time. Like I think most of them knew it was a joke, but it was funny that they were able to play along and they were like happy to do that.
So are there any questions?
No, it's okay. If you guys ever have any questions, don't ever feel shy. Just reach out to me. I would love to be able to help with that.
I super appreciate your time. I love your content. You are very community based. You're very an open book, and thank you so much from all of us. You definitely inspire me. If you guys don't follow her, please follow her. She's actually one of the people who inspired me to like get back into my Instagram game because you just make it look so fun.
It
It's
is
not
a lot of work. Social media is so much work, honestly, but it is one of the biggest things that can bring your business to a whole new level, and people who don't know you can get to know you a little bit before they book. So it's kind of exciting to showcase your personality before and to the public and to people who are not even in your state or anything, or moved away and they miss you. It's a nice way to just promote yourself and showcase a little bit of your personal life as well. So I do have two like Instagram, so I have like my personal and my work page. But once in a while, I'll let my personal page trickle into my personal life trickle into my wax page, because I also like people to see that I'm human. I am a mom. I have a 6-year-old son, and I'm married. I've been married for 9 years in November. So like I do juggle a lot in my life, and I feel like I'm so blessed and so happy to be in this industry, because as a solo esthetician, we can make our own schedule. We can post when we want. We don't have to if we don't want to. It's literally one of the best things in the world to be in our industry. And that's why for me, and I will repeat this, is because I love to help other people. And it's not just my clients, it's people who are in my industry who want to learn and just grow. And so for me, that's something that I will continue to do. And I hope that it can become effective and it'll help me. And I think it's just one of those things, like it's a full circle. So I love to be able to help others anytime.
So really quick, I put the Bush Balm link in the chat. They do send you samples if you guys are interested in bringing them in. So if I'm clicking on it, what would be a good first time order?
Yes, I did write this down because I was like, this is the one that I know it would be really important. So just like a few key products. So they do, the great thing about them is they do have like these like kits so you can purchase. So it'll come with like the cube, which has like the let me show you guys. It's right over here. There's like a cube and it like four sides. It has one, no, it's like more than that. And then like you can kind of move the cube around. Um, it'll come with like back bar oils, scrubs. It kind of like sets you up for success. I do feel like I want to encourage people to look into those because those are really like you're gonna save money and then they give you like little samples for your clients. So I always see on like in Facebook pages, like people are always like, what would you guys suggest for like giving a first time client like a little, kit for them to go home and try these things out? And I've seen people like create their own oils, like they'll buy like for example like Bushbalm and they'll like buy these little oils and like pack it. They already come like that. And it's exciting to be able to like put those on. They're like the sample packets. And you can give those to your clients for first time so they can try on the oil. And again, that will kind of push them to come back next time and they'll probably want to invest in it. So definitely look at their packs that they have because they have like different versions. They have like, I believe, 3 or 4 different versions that you can order. And they do have like a really good price point on those. So that way you can make your first time purchase. And that way you know for a fact that all of the things that come in that pack are going to be things you're going to use and bundle into your room. So it'll come with back bar and it'll come with retail. So I would highly suggest looking into those. Another great thing about Bushbalm is that you can become an affiliate. So if your clients want to purchase retail, they can actually purchase it through the affiliate program and you still gain commission off of that. So it's really cool because it offers them, I believe, 20% off their first order and you still get that commission as well. So that's one another thing that I love about Bushbalm is that they want the professional to succeed. It's not just for them to gain. They also want you to make a little bit of money as well. So look into the affiliate program, look into the bundles, and also look into their Club Bear. And their Club Bear is awesome. I actually did also help a little bit in forming that. And it's basically like their rewards program. So if you keep ordering, they eventually give you like a percentage off of your order, or you can get like a decal sticker for your outdoor or a cube. They always have like cute little things that you can get back if you're ordering. So they have a really great program for that. So I would suggest looking into that as well.
I'm looking right now at their website. Their basic starter kit is $249, which is a great price. And samples. I feel like samples are king.
Yeah. So there you go. Thank you for that. I'm so sorry. I was on my computer too, but I was like looking, but I don't know, my computer's acting weird today. So yeah, so that's definitely something to look at and see. Those are the cute little samples. If you guys want to go into the chat, you can see that they have the travel discovery value pack and then they have the basic starter kits. So all of that is really great. It even comes with Roller Rescue, which is one of the most popular products I do sell here as well. And that's going to be for ingrowns and people who are just a little bit more like their skin's a little more stubborn. And the ingredients are always great. And again, I will always push the fact that they work with doctors, dermatologists. So they really care about the product and the brand they're putting out there. They're just not constantly putting things out for fun. This is something that they very much value in, and they want to make sure that the estheticians or the professionals know that.
Roller Rescue looks cool. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, Roller Rescue it's a roller product. So this is one of the products that you can only use per client. So you don't want to use this product in-house or you don't want to share it either. And the reason being is because it is like one product per person. And that was like one of the biggest like discussions we had when they first launched it because people thought you could use it in the room and people were like, oh, wait, is this for one person? Yes, it's for one person only. So I would highly suggest to only use this at home. Um, and basically, it's going to be good for ingrown hairs and it feels really cool on the skin because of the top of the product. It's like a roller. So it's going to feel very cooling on the skin. Yes, the price point on that is only $19, which one of the great things that I love about, again, their products is they're always going to be very affordable. The great thing is as well is that the ingredients again. So you can use it every day after your shower. You can use it anywhere on the body. You can use it on the underarms. You can use it on the bikini line, the butt. So this is a great product to invest in if your clients are experiencing a lot of ingrown hairs. And it's still soothing, it's cooling, it's healing. So there's a lot of different benefits to that product. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite products that I use as well at home.
I'm also sorry for interrupting because you were about to give us the list that you made.
The mist. Oh, hold on one second.
The list, I'm sorry.
Um, so for sure, scrubs and oils, and then back bar oils is one of the big ones that I would suggest, especially if you're gonna match the products that you're using in house. So if you're gonna do, like, for example, if you're using the Bermuda oil, which is gonna be the brightening oil, I would suggest carrying the Bermuda oil in the back bar too. So it's kind of like you want to mirror the products that you're using. That way you can show them this is what I've used on your skin, and this is what I would suggest you use also at home. If that makes sense. So that for sure, the scrubs, because you want your clients to make sure they're scrubbing at home. And again, clients, when they go home, they forget what they're doing. So I always say, look at the box. It has all of the it has all the instructions on the box. Or again, I always just say, like, feel free to reach out to me and I would love to help you out. I suggest going into looking at like the Bushbalm only pro products as well. And they'll launch products that are just for the professional. So that's like one of the things they started doing, because a lot of people kind of felt like they were marketing towards all and not just professionals. So you're going to start seeing a lot of products coming out that are going to be for professionals only. So that's kind of nice that they're doing that, because they're trying to be mindful of the estheticians, and they want the products to kind of like be able to be received from the professional, if that makes sense. So they can't like always go and grab a product because it's only sold for the professional. So you have to see who carries it in the area, and then you would have to purchase it directly through them. So that would be like the one of the oils is only purchased directly through them, which is the where is it? Sorry, there's so many products sometimes that I kind of like, it's a little overwhelming sometimes, but I feel like it's because I'm got like a million products in my mind with them. So it's the Esthetician Edition, the summer vacay oil. That's like the only one that is purchased through esthetician. So it's an Esthetician Edition product. So let's just say your client wants this, they can't purchase it directly through Bushbalm. They would have to go through a professional only.
That's genius that they did that, by the way.
Yeah, so there's like certain products that's gonna happen with. So one of them being like obviously like the hard wax that's launching, right? It's already launched, but that's like, again, you're not gonna be able to get wax as a client. That's just never gonna happen. Okay.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. My name is Lady Silva. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's very motivational, honestly. So I've been licensed for 2 years, and I have not worked for any other spas or these big companies. So I just became solo to rent a suite a month ago. And so prior to that, I was working from home, but I'm noticing that I don't know why the clients that will come to my house when I would work from home don't book for for my, now that I'm in the new place. I don't know if it's because of the new prices, that went up. But like, I just wanted to ask, I know you said you became solo esthetician. You became a solo esthetician. How did you market yourself, for you to gain new clientele, or for your, past clients to come back to you?
Yes, definitely. One of the struggles of being a solo esthetician is, trying to build a clientele and trying to retain them. And I think one of the biggest things is just keep going. Don't feel discouraged. I do feel like right now there are so many people who work from home that it does kind of take away from people who work at a studio or suite. At the end of the day, you have to pay rent and you have bills and you have a life that you need to, you know, take care of. And especially if you're a family person or if you're by yourself, it doesn't really matter. The initial goal is to make an income. I pride myself in making sure that I'm constant on social media. I know that there's other ways you can market yourself. You can go through, again, asking your clients to leave Yelp reviews, referral programs. You can say, if you refer me a client, your next session, I'll give you 10% off. I think it's just about getting creative with what you can offer to your clients and not take away too much from your business and your income. If you're not present on social media, I'm going to tell you right now, that is one of the biggest ways to market yourself for free. So that means TikTok, that means Instagram, Facebook, just depending on your clientele, your demographic is what I would suggest focusing a little bit more on. So if your clients are a little bit on, because, I'm going to be very honest. I'm 34 years old. I'm getting older. I'm not as savvy, and I guess you can say like the trends are not like the same for me because I'm a little older than like 20-year-old people, which no shade, is just I think that what I think is funny is maybe not funny to people who are a little younger. So I think that I try to be relatable as much as possible, but with being respectful towards my clients, because one thing you will not see me do is slander my clients, talk ill of my clients, because I feel like, why are and again, that's all clickbait. That's all for clout, and people on Instagram and TikTok can make videos and they're a little disrespectful sometimes. So that's something that I'm not going to do. And another thing I will not do is sexualize waxing. So even if there's people out there who they do certain videos and I feel like they gain a lot of views because of that, I'm not the type of person that's comfortable doing that. So I think it's just finding a balance of social media content creation and just having your clients pre-book. That's a big one. Like if you're checking them out, have them pre-book 4 to 6 weeks out or whatever service you're offering. Let them know, I might be a little busy this month. Or even if you don't know if you are, sometimes just saying like, next month's looking a little busy already. Let's get you into the books for next month. You can always reschedule if you need to. But I think it's better that you secure your spot with me because I'm getting a little busy. And just speak it into existence too, because sometimes manifesting it is what I feel is very important, because we do get into our heads and we have slow seasons and we have seasons where we're not as busy. But I think it's a matter of how you take that downtime and how you flip it into something better. So if you're having a little downtime, I think you should focus on content creation and even reaching out to clients who haven't been booked in a couple months. Like, don't feel shy or embarrassed to send a mass text through your booking site, where you can send like a text saying, hi, next month I'm offering this service and it's going to be normally $100, but this time it's going to 75. So just running small specials, things like that, that can help retain your clients and come back, because I do feel like sometimes my clients spend a lot of money with me and I like for them to feel like I give them back a little bit sometimes. So like right now I have a special for September, a Brazilian wax and a mini vajacial, and you can do a free underarm wax, and that's a $20 value. And it doesn't seem like a lot, and underarm wax is very quick. So they kind of like that, right? It's $20, it's fast for you, and you're not wasting as much product. If that makes sense. I hope that answers your question, lady. Are we on? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
I'm sorry, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Again, if you have any questions after this as well, feel free to reach out, but that's just some of the advice that I would give for now. If you don't mind me asking, lady, are you doing, lady? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Are you on social media? Do you focus on social media and content creation?
Much, but I'm going to start.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of work, and I know that it can be very frustrating, but if you ever need help with that, let me know. And we could do a little crash course on social media, things you can focus on. I really rely a ton on Canva. I rely a lot on TikTok and ChatGPT.
Oh.
Are there any more questions? Well, if there's no more questions, thank you so much, Kimberly, for your time. I
No,
really hope we can
I
do this
appreciate it.
again. There will be a replay. It will be uploaded on our YouTube later on today. I appreciate everybody for coming. I really hope that we're building a community where you guys feel safe, heard, and we can all come together and build our businesses, because my goal is for everybody to make 6 figures plus.
Yay.
Let's do this together, and hopefully we're feel supported along the journey.
Always. Thank you, Maria, too, for having me. I know that this is like so exciting for me to be always just able to talk to others like me and
You're a genius.
have the support. I feel like that's like the biggest thing as a solo is having the support of the people around us and sharing our ideas and sharing what works for us, because it might work for somebody else as well. And it might not work for you. So that's the beauty of it, is that we can discuss these things and we might not 100% agree to something, but maybe there's something we could all take away from it.
For sure. And I feel like you're onto something with that relaxing waxing.
Yeah, relax wax. I know it's insane, but try it out. And if you do it, let me know how it goes. And you can always reach out to a client and be like, hey, I know you have an appointment tomorrow. I want to try this thing out. It's a mini vajacial. It's been great reviews on these things. Can I do this for you? I won't charge you this time, but I just want to see how it goes. Ask if you could film it. Something that I think a lot of people miss the mark in is asking their loyal clients, can I film this session? Create content that speaks to you. That way you can promote yourself that way, and people will gravitate towards you because of this type.
Yes.
Okay. Is asking what's the best thing to buy from Bushbalm. I will 100% stand by the back bar products, so the back bar oils and the matching oils and scrubs to go with it. So let me show you how that looks, Angelina. So this is the product. Let me see if I can, here we go. This is the back bar oil. So it's pretty big. This is the nude oil. And then you have the matching oils that look like this. So the nude oil is blue, Bermuda's white, and then Sweet Escape is black. So that's the cool thing. So while you're waxing them and they're on your table, you can be like putting this on them and then say, this is an ingrown hair oil. It helps to soothe your skin, hydrate, prevent ingrown hairs. It's very easy to use. You would just use this after every bath, and this is going to help to hydrate and prevent ingrowns. If you're using, for example, Bermuda, and then you add in there, this is the ingrown hyperpigmentation. It's going to help brighten your hyperpigmentation and help with the scarring. Once you start naming the benefits of what this product's going to do, then you can go ahead and tell them that you have it available for home care. And then you can mix and match. The products are pH compatible. So if you want to use, example, nude oil and Bermuda scrub, beautiful, mix, match it. And they love that. They love the fact that they can come in, they can use a product. This time they can take Bermuda. Next time they'll take nude. They'll be like, what do you suggest now? Or I really have this issue. For example, like one of the reasons I love Roller Rescue, and again, that's like one of my go-tos, is because it has AHA and BHA in it. So it's going to help have a chemical exfoliant, and it's very gentle. So again, anytime you're discussing the products, just make sure you're discussing the benefits and the ingredients and how to use it. Make it very clear on what the product is. And I think like just not creating like a huge protocol for them, because at the end of the day, we're human. We go home, we're tired from work. We don't always get to our whole regimen. Sometimes maybe it's the last thing on their mind. So I think that creating a simple regimen and having simple products that are effective, it's going to be very easy for them. So yes, if I just simply to put it, oils and scrubs. Oils and scrubs, back bar oils to match your oils that you're selling in-house. I hope that answers your question, Angelina. Thank you for that.
I think that was perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. Please join us back in the group. You guys actually inspired me to start a chat for social media. So I'm going to be working on that today, and everything else, looking into the products now. Yay!
Yay, Angelina. Anything you need to, don't hesitate to reach out to me after this.
I was going to say, please follow her on Instagram. Let me add the link one more time.
Yay.
It's right here. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Wax Junkie. I'm putting the chat, so please follow her to ask any questions you guys may have. There's going to be a replay, and we'll go back to the group. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you all. I hope you have a very happy and productive week. Anything you guys need, you know where to reach me. And Maria, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And maybe we'll be able to do this again and maybe talk more social media strategy.
Oh my God.
Socials. You are welcome to reach out to me. Anything I can do to help our community, I'm here.
I'm like, let's do this. I'm down for that, 100%.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Thank you.